Hi everybody, welcome back. In the previous lecture, we saw the moving particle has a wave associated with it. This was proposed by de Broglie, and we have the equation for determining wavelength of a material particle of mass m moving with velocity v. The equation is lambda equal to h over mv, okay, h over momentum. So this is how we determine the wavelength of the particle. And then we saw that in a wave, in a de Broglie wave, in a matter wave, wave associated with material particle or matter, the quantity that varies is the wave function. So in a wave, there will be some quantity that is varying, whose variations make up the wave. So the quantity that varies is the wave function. Okay. Now the wave function is varying, and we know the wave function that is related with, although it has no direct physical significance, if you take the square of its modulus, that will give you the probability density, probability for finding, which is related to the likelihood or probability for finding the particle at some point, at some time t. Okay, so now we are going to the description of the wave. How do we describe the wave associated with the moving particle? So suppose that we want to know the velocity, the wave velocity of the de Broglie wave, matter wave. We want to know how fast the de Broglie waves are traveling. Okay, so for that we take the wave equation, Vp, the phase velocity, equal to frequency times wavelength. Okay, the frequency times wavelength. Here, see how we are calculating the phase velocity. We know it is nu lambda. This lambda, that is the de Broglie wavelength, that is taken as h by mv, h over mv. Okay, that is lambda. Then nu. How do we find nu? To find nu, we know the quantum expression, the last chapter, radiation of frequency, nu has energy E equal to h nu. Okay, that we saw in the last section. And from relativistic formula, we have the total energy of a particle as equal to mc square. So the wave nature, if we are considering the wave nature of the particle, the energy of the particle, that is given by E equal to h nu, and the relativistic formula for, if you are considering its particle, the total energy E is equal to mc square. See, this m is the mass while it is moving, m0 the rest mass, and m is the mass while the particle moves with some velocity. Okay, now we are equating these two. H nu is equated to mc square. Okay, h nu obtained from the quantum expression and mc square from the relativistic formula, and we are equating it because we are trying to describe the same particle, the particle and the wave associated with the particle. Okay, so nu equal to mc square over h. So lambda, we are taking this, and nu we are taking this, mc square over h. That we substitute here. So Vp will be equal to mc square over h cross h by mv. So that is equal to c square by v. Okay, so the phase velocity, the velocity with which the de Broglie waves travel. Phase velocity is the velocity of a wave. Okay, phase velocity wave is the velocity of the wave. So the phase velocity of the de Broglie wave that we calculate like this. For nu I am giving this, for lambda I am giving this, so I get c square by v. Okay, so here what is v? What is v? V is the particle velocity of the particle. Okay, we are describing the de Broglie wave or matter wave associated with the moving particle. Okay, so Vp is equal to c square by v. Now this v is, we know, it is much less than the velocity of light. Okay, that we know, because all particles travel at speeds much less than the velocity of light. So Vp, the phase velocity of the de Broglie wave, that will be much greater than c, that is de Broglie waves are traveling. Okay, de Broglie waves are, matter waves are traveling at a velocity much greater than the velocity of light, because v is less than c, in Vp c square by v. Okay, so the interesting thing here is a particle is moving with a velocity v. It has a wave associated with it, that is called the de Broglie wave or matter wave. The velocity, the phase velocity of that wave is c square by v, that is much greater than the velocity of the particle itself. Okay, so this is quite acceptable, not acceptable to us. Okay, this is not acceptable to us, because first thing, nothing can be faster than the velocity of light. The maximum possible velocity is c, the velocity of light. Another thing is this thing that the particle is moving with velocity v, the wave associated with the particle is moving with another velocity Vp c square by v. Okay, so we have to go deeper into the description of the wave associated with the particle, and we have to understand what is the velocity and all. So we start with the mathematical description of a wave. When somebody talk about wave, the picture that comes in our mind is this, that is shown here. This is a wave. Okay, here you take the displacement y, this is y, this is x. So displacement at any distance x at time t, this is actually changing with time and the distance. So y is equal to a is the amplitude. Okay, this is a wave of constant amplitude, the amplitude a. This is like a cosine function, so cos 2 pi nu t minus x by Vp. Nu is the frequency, Vp is the phase velocity, the velocity with which the wave is traveling. So this is the equation for the wave, which is and actually this is actually an indefinite wave. So this is traveling continuously. It has got constant amplitude. It's angular frequency omega, that is 2 pi nu. This is time. This is the phase velocity. Okay. So this is y of xt, y, the displacement along y direction, that is a function of x, and t, it depends on x, it varies with x, and at a given x, it varies with the time. Okay, so this is actually a familiar expression to us. We have studied this in waves, the mechanics. We have a section called waves. There we study the progressive wave. This is equation for a progressive wave, plane progressive wave. Okay. Now this can be written in many different forms. I take nu here inside this, so nu t minus nu x by Vp. Vp can be written as nu lambda. Okay, the phase velocity can be written as nu lambda. Okay. So Vp, the phase velocity, nu lambda. So nu get cancelled. So we have a cos 2 pi nu t minus x by lambda. And if I take 2 pi inside, I will have a cos 2 pi nu t minus 2 pi x over lambda. and this 2 pi nu is the angular frequency omega. Okay, 2 pi nu is the angular frequency omega, and this 2 pi by lambda is the wave number k. Okay, so in this notation, if I represent 2 pi nu as omega and 2 pi by lambda as k, I have this y of xt as equal to a cos omega t minus kx. Okay, now let's see how this k is related with the omega and Vp. Okay, how this wave number is related with omega and Vp. We know k is 2 pi by lambda, so simply multiply both numerator and denominator by nu. So we have this 2 pi nu, that is omega, and in the denominator we have the Vp, nu lambda is Vp. So k equal to omega by Vp, or Vp, I can write Vp as equal to omega by k. So k is equal to, wave number is equal to omega by Vp, or Vp, the phase velocity, is equal to omega by k. Okay, so these are some standard expressions that you sure you have seen this in the mechanics section. So this is the phase velocity. This P stands for the phase velocity. Now suppose that I am representing the wave associated with a moving body by such indefinite wave. Okay, there is no end to the wave. This is continuous wave like this. It has constant amplitude. Now the problem here is we know the amplitude of de Broglie wave. We saw that the amplitude of the de Broglie wave that reflects, or that is connected with the likelihood or probability that it will be found at a particular place at a particular time. Okay, the amplitude of the wave. Okay, so if you take the modulus square, actually you will be getting amplitude of the wave, and the amplitude actually that will involve amplitude square. And if the amplitude is constant, okay, everywhere the amplitude is constant, the probability for finding the particle will be same everywhere. Okay, so if you are using this description for representing a wave, since this is a infinite wave, there is equal probability for finding the particle everywhere, say from minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, but we know a particle is at least it is a localized one. So there must be some region where there is more probability for finding the particle, and there must be regions outside that region where there is zero probability for finding the particle. So the wave should have non-zero amplitude in a narrow region and zero amplitude in the region outside it. Okay, because we relate the amplitude of the wave with the probability and the likelihood of finding the particle. Okay, so if you are using this description, that means the particle is everywhere because it has got constant amplitude. Okay, so the de Broglie waves cannot be represented by this formula, y equal to a cos omega t minus kx, as it describes an indefinite series of waves all with the same amplitude. Instead, we expect the wave representation of a wave of a moving body. Okay, we expect the representation of a moving body to correspond to a wave packet or wave group. So this is the actual correct description of the wave associated with the moving body, because see, this wave, this has got non-zero amplitude in a very narrow region, in this region. And in this region, it has maximum amplitude at the center, and the amplitude decreases as it reaches the ends of this region. And outside that narrow region, the amplitude is zero. Okay, so the probability for finding the particle is non-zero only in this narrow region. Outside it is zero. And this is what we expect. This should be the wave function or the description of the wave corresponding to or wave representation of a moving particle. Okay, it cannot be an indefinite wave like this, because this gives it has equal amplitude everywhere. That means it has equal probability for finding the particle at all, at all regions. But that is that will not be a correct description of the wave associated with the moving body, and this is the correct description of the wave associated with the moving body. Okay, so this is called a wave packet or wave group. This shows the correct representation of the wave associated with the moving body. Now, how these wave groups are formed? Okay, that is very important to us. How these wave groups are formed? These wave groups are formed, for example, this is actually similar to the wave group that are formed in the case of beats. We have heard about beats in the case of sound. When two sound waves of equal amplitude and slightly different frequencies interfere, there will be waxing and waning of the sound. Okay, amplitude of the wave increases, decreases. Okay, and this phenomenon is called beats. Okay, so this is the thing. We have two sound waves. Maybe these are two waves, and they are, combining. They are interfering in that region. As they interfere, what you get is this. Okay, what this means is the amplitude of the wave is increasing and decreasing, and we are getting a wave group. This is a kind of wave group. Okay, so this is obtained by adding two waves of slightly two different frequencies. Okay, so we get a sound that is a frequency equal to average of the two original frequencies, and its amplitude rises and falls periodically. Okay, its amplitude rises and falls periodically. Okay, so a way to mathematically describe a wave group is in terms of individual waves of different wavelengths whose interference with one another results in variation in the amplitude that defines the wave group. So when two waves interfere, you get a shape like this. But if you have several waves of different frequencies and amplitudes, and you add them together, it is possible for you to get a shape like this. Okay, non-zero amplitude in a narrow region and zero amplitude everywhere outside. So this thing you have to understand. This is a very important point. The wave associated with the moving body is represented by a wave group or wave packet, because that is the correct description of the wave associated with the moving particle. And how do you get it? By combining several waves, okay, several individual waves of different wavelengths, okay, whose interference with one another produces a wave group like this. Okay, so this is how a wave group is